Hello, my friends. I'm back with another recipe, a variation. All right, everybody makes chocolate chip cookies, right? Most people, you buy your package of chocolate chips in the market, you look at the recipe on the back, and you follow it. Basic chocolate chip cookie recipe. I've been making them for years. But let me tell you a little something about myself. I am a researcher and an experimenter. And I wanted to find a certain kind of chocolate chip cookie, a lot of trial and error, but I found it. Now, the ingredients are basically what you're going to get on any recipe for chocolate chip cookies. Flour, sugar, brown sugar, right? So far, nothing different, right? Vanilla, baking soda, butter, and your chocolate chips. Look at those. And eggs. What makes these different, and in my opinion better, is just the way they're getting cooked, and there's one little difference in the recipe. So here's what we're going to do. Just like a basic chocolate chip cookie recipe, you have your flour, and this one starts with 3 cups of flour. And then into the flour, you do your usual gig that you would do with that, and we're going to put a little half a teaspoon, if I can find it, right here. Little half a teaspoon of baking soda into here. Okay, hold on. Do it every time. I have to run down the aisle. A little shake of salt. This is sea salt. That's all. Probably equivalent to a half a teaspoon. And here's the difference with the dry ingredients. You're going to put a half a teaspoon of baking powder, which isn't usually called for in most of the recipes that you'll find. So there's one difference. Okay, so just stir this around with a spatula, and you're going to set this one side. They're all mixed up. Now, into the mixer. Now, I do recommend a nice, heavy stand mixer, like the KitchenAid, because this really gets a little jumpy, okay? So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna, first of all, we're gonna take the butter. Now the butter, most of the recipes call for softened butter. You're not gonna soften the butter. You're gonna keep the butter cold. So you're gonna put cold butter into here. And the butter needs to be cubed. And I'm just gonna show you really quick. I found an easy way. You know, a few times I did this with a knife and almost lost a finger. And then I discovered that the pastry cutter is so much better. And just cut it into like quarters. Cut the stick in half first. Put it on top and cut it again in half. And then what happens is, ooh, so hot, it's cold. All right, and then you're gonna cube it. Just cube it. Hit it with the pastry cutter. And there's your cubes of butter. Much easier, and you won't lose a finger. Okay, so that's gonna go into the mix first. And then with this, we're gonna mix the sugars. And the sugars are 1 cup each of regular white sugar. And I'm gonna tip this in. Regular white goes in. And a nice cup of brown sugar. And the brown sugar, I'm gonna stick the scoop right in there, because you wanna pack it. So get it in there, get it all packed. Beautiful. Could use a little bit more. You want a nice full cup of that brown sugar. Okay. Various sugars. This is going to get mixed first. Paddle attachment, but you know, I ordered this extra. This is the paddle attachment that comes with the KitchenAid. This was an extra piece. It's the spatula with a rubber side on it. My dear friend Doreen told me about it. Said, you know, Norm, you make a lot of cookies. She said, you really got to get this extra piece for the KitchenAid, and boy was she right. It that rubber side on the spatula scrapes the bowl nice for you, so you don't have to stop too many times. Okay, I'm gonna pause because this is gonna be loud. Okay, all mixed. So this is the sugars and the butter. Nice, they're just mixed together. Now into here, you're gonna add the eggs. And you need 2 eggs. Okay. Drop it down again and let it mix. Into here, we're going to put a nice heaping teaspoon of vanilla. And this is the good stuff. Okay. Nice. Looks like it's supposed to. I'll give you a look at that. And again. Okay. All right. Beautiful. That's enough. Okay. The flour. Remember, that's already been mixed. Flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt. And I believe I do have this recipe on my page. Now, I don't want a flour shower here, so let me try this. Sometimes, I put a dish towel over it, which is what I might do, because I put the flour all at once. So I might throw a dish towel over it too. Okay. Just until most of that flour gets mixed in. My granddaughters love it when that happens. Nana, we gonna have the flour shower? Looks good. And this is working hard, this mixer. Just don't forget, that butter was not softened, it was cold. But really, that is it. Let me get some of this off the spatula. And again, how easy is this? Dump all the chips in. And one more time, let this do all the work for you. That looks good. Okay, let me get this all off of the spatula. You might be saying to yourself, she's doing all these simple videos to start. I've got so many really good ones coming. But today, easy day for me. I planned on staying home. I've had a busy week. And next week is a real crazy week coming up for me. Lots going on. And I said, I could go for some cookies. And there's also a young man who loves these cookies who asked me for them. And I said, all right, let's make them. And I'll show my friends how to do it. So anyway, here you go. There's your cookie dough. Looks like your regular cookie dough. But remember, the butter is cold and cubed. And there's a little half a teaspoon of baking powder in there that most recipes don't call for. I'll be right back. Cookie sheets lined with parchment. You're going to use a cookie scoop. This is my biggest one. These come like bakery cookies. I'm telling you, they're so good. And you're going to get a nice scoop. I flattened it on the side of the scoop. So try to get them all the same size. All right, and once they're scooped, you don't need to watch me do this, but I want to just show you what I'm going to do. I am going to just press them down a bit. Don't forget, these have a little baking powder in them. So you don't want to take them out of the oven and they're like balls. They say don't eat cookie dough. I know my eggs are fresh. Okay. Well, how can you not? How can you not eat the cookie dough? Okay. That sheet's gonna go in the oven. These are gonna get big. They're beautiful. I'll be right back. Just coming back on for a minute. While those are baking, and I'm looking over at the right-hand corner of my counter, and it's like, this was supposed to be an easy day. I really have a mess to clean up. Anywho, so I have a couple of good things coming up this weekend. One of them I promised was Grandma Guido's Sunday night steak sandwich. Now, this girl's crazy. What is she talking about? Where do you see this? Oh my God, so good. So good. So I'll tell you more about Grandma Guido. That was really her name. Her last name was Guido. That was really her name. Wonderful woman. One of my influencers in life. So I will definitely be back this weekend with some food and good stuff. Let's pause and let's get these cookies out of the oven. Okay, going in for the first tray. All right. Switch sides here. Oh boy. I'm gonna put them onto this cooling rack. Now, when you're done baking these, the top of them, they're gonna say, those aren't cooked because the top is very light. They are most definitely cooked. Aren't they beautiful? They will be crispy on the edges and they will be chewy on the inside, I guarantee. Now, these are really hot. I can't even cut one for you yet. So, I will put this recipe in the comments for you. However, if you've been following me for a while, I did put this recipe on my page quite a while ago with a picture of the pictures of the cookies. But I can do it again for you, no problem. That'll make me sit and relax for a little while if I write the recipe down for you. So these are beautiful. Let me break one for you. Look at that cookie. And the edge is crispy. Dare I? Oh my God, it's so hot. But yeah, I can do it. Well, yep. Perfect again. No fail. You get that crispy edge and nice and tender on the inside. They are beautiful. They are a hit. You will love them. People ask me to make these for them all the time. And you'll really enjoy them. So try the recipe. Norma-Jean's chocolate chip cookies. Thank you. I'm going to see you this weekend with some good stuff.